This is a WECT News special report.
Thanks for joining us for this special live streaming news update. I'm Daniela Hankey. We're learning more about a deadly house fire. This home went up in flames in Charlotte Saturday afternoon. One neighbor says the homeowner ran to the neighbor's house, banging on their door for help. The neighbors told us the homeowner was covered in soot and suffering from smoke inhalation. We know that 2 dogs survived and the homeowner is in the hospital tonight. However, another person inside the house died. A firefighter was also injured, but he was released from the hospital and is now back home. What started the fire still under investigation. A fire at the Brunswick County Government Center under investigation. It started around 11:30 Saturday night in an ambulance parked in the garage. We're told crews saw heavy smoke pouring out from the building when they got there. Crews were able to contain the fire quickly. That ambulance was totaled, but EMS leaders say it will not impact emergency medical services. There's minimal damage to that building. A town's mayor accused of being pulled over with open cans of beer on his floorboard. Bladenboro Mayor David Hales was cited by state troopers on Saturday night. An incident report says Highway Patrol pulled over Halls over on NC 131. That report says that the troopers noted that he had been drinking and there were several open cans of Busch Light in the floorboard. He was cited for an open container violation and for an expired registration card or tag. We've reached out to Halls for a statement but have not heard back. A father's legal battle against the city of Wilmington and the city's police department has been dismissed. Val Duvray sued the police and the city following his son's death in 2022. Duvray reported his son missing, but police never filed a missing persons report. Officers even encountered his son, but without a report, they didn't take action. His son Val was later found dead near Greenfield Street in Wilmington. They filed a wrongful death lawsuit seeking accountability for his son's death. However, nothing ever progressed. It's unclear if Duvray will continue legal action following this latest dismissal.
Here in the First Alert Forecast Center, we do want to first alert you to the potential for some wintry precipitation this upcoming weekend. So we do have first alert weather days in play for Saturday, Sunday, and for Monday. And here's why. Both models, the GFS and European model, as well as a few other models, are indicating that the Cape Fear and really most of North Carolina will receive some type of precipitation this weekend in the terms of freezing rain or even some snowfall. Now, there's still lots of uncertainty surrounding the system. Of course, as things start to become more clear, we'll make sure to keep you up to date. But here's what we know so far for this weekend. Very cold air is expected to move in, and we're looking at afternoon highs in the 30s and 40s and overnight lows in the lower 20s. So that's going to be dangerous for people, pets, plants, and for pipes. And we're also watching for that wintry precipitation as we're trying to get a better understanding of what type that may be. Now, the type and amount still remains uncertain at this hour. Things are subject to change, and of course, whenever they do, we'll make sure to keep you up to date. But as of now, taking a live look throughout the region with our Easy Pro Express First Alert Skycam network. Temperatures in the 50s for this holiday, mostly sunny skies right now. Tonight, mostly clear, overnight lows in the 20s, going to be a frosty one when we wake up tomorrow morning. So really make sure you are bundled up for the start of your Tuesday and really throughout the day, because temperatures are pretty much staying in the 40s for tomorrow. Mostly sunny, a tad breezy into tomorrow afternoon, but really just check this out. First Alert weather day Saturday, Sunday, and Monday as we start to get a better understanding of that wintry weather that's expected for this upcoming weekend into early next week. Temperatures are going to remain chilly in your extended forecast, but look Look at this. Thursday and Friday, temperatures will be near 60 degrees. It's really just going to be a roller coaster ride of temperatures and even weather conditions over the next 10 days. And of course, make sure to stay up to date with the forecast. You can do so with your First Alert Weather app. Now back to you.
And as temperatures drop below freezing the next few days, the warming shelter in Wilmington, they're going to open their doors through Wednesday morning to welcome those without homes. Check-in begins at 5 p.m. each night and checkout is at 9 each morning. The shelter at 401 Gray Street can host up to 125 guests. If you're interested in donating to the warming shelter, we do have a link to do so inside this story right now on our news app. We're learning new details about a registered sex offender facing charges after he allegedly got onto a Brunswick County school bus on Friday. As WCT's JC Caldwell tells us, we're now hearing from school officials about what exactly happened.
John Colombo was arrested on Friday after court documents show he walked onto a Bolivia Elementary school bus as a registered sex offender. He's charged with one felony of a sex offender on child premises and a misdemeanor of trespass to impede school bus operations.
We reached out to Brunswick County Schools, who sent us back a statement. In the statement, they say an adult had briefly boarded the bus and started a conversation with the bus driver about a seating concern with his child, and then got off the bus. The statement says, in accordance with safety protocols, the bus driver activated an onboard alert and recording system that documented what happened. School officials say there was never a point when students' safety was compromised. The statement continued in part, quote, all applicable safety procedures were followed appropriately and functioned as designed. Brunswick County Schools regularly trains staff and students on safety protocols to ensure incidents are reported and handled quickly and correctly, end quote.
Court documents show Colombo was required to register as a sex offender after a previous conviction in another state for an offense similar to indecency with a child involving sexual contact. He's scheduled to be in court on Tuesday. JC Caldwell, WECT News.
If you're heading towards I-40, we are tracking an accident right now. This is going to be over by Gordon Road towards that I-40 and Gordon Road exit. 420 is going to be the exit where you're going to see that crash. I do have an alternative route that you can take if you're heading towards that way, and that's going to be taking North College to Blue Clay Road. That's going to be your best alternative route to take. Taking a look at other areas that we're seeing some of those delays. We were tracking some slowdowns if you were heading towards Military Cutoff in Eastwood, but some good news, it does look like some of that traffic has broken up. Still seeing some if you are heading away from Wrightsville Beach, away from Eastwood Road, towards the Mayfair areas where we're seeing some of those delays still. Here's a look right now at Military Cutoff in Allen. Still seeing a lot of that traffic backing up if you're heading towards the Mayfair area. Also, Market Street, that's going to be a good alternative route to take if you are heading away from where that traffic is. Here's a look at your drive times as you head around Wilmington. South College Road, seeing those delays from MLK Parkway to Monkey Junction. Market Street from downtown to Wrightsville Beach looking good. Same with downtown to Carolina Beach using Carolina Beach Road. People across the country celebrated Martin Luther King Jr. Day today. In Wilmington, the parade honoring his legacy returned after being canceled just last year. Marching bands, civic groups, and community members came together to celebrate Dr. King's dream. WCT's Mackenzie Bruns was there today and shows us how the community kept his legacy moving forward.
The community is coming together in downtown Wilmington today for the Martin Luther King Jr. Parade. His legacy is alive right here on these streets. Hundreds of people lined the streets for the return of the MLK Day Parade. Wilmington native and former WNBA player Tamara Young led the way as Grand Marshal. For spectators, it was more than just a parade.
We can all have a good time, people laughing, enjoying everybody. It ain't no no problems, no anger, just everybody with love.
The parade returned after being canceled last year. Evelyn Adger, chair of the Southeastern North Carolina MLK celebration, says this year feels heavier after the loss of Hollis Briggs Jr., the former CEO of the parade committee, who passed away in March. She says his passing makes this event extra special.
We, as a community, have to remember what he promoted and making sure that his legacy continues to live on.
MLK Day holds special meaning here. Dr. King was scheduled to be in Wilmington the day he was killed in 1968, but canceled to help with a rally in Memphis. But nearly 60 years later, his message of peace, equality, and unity shines brightly.
It means a lot for equality and just to see everybody come together and unite. Just like Martin Luther King, we all have a dream, and his dream came true, so it's good to come out here and celebrate it.
So the dream of Martin Luther King Jr. never fades away. The celebration wraps up on Saturday, January 24th with the NAACP breakfast at the Wilmington Convention Center. In downtown Wilmington, Mackenzie Bruns, WECT News.
Well, floats and marching bands, they lined West Broad Street in Elizabethtown to honor Dr. King. The 37th annual Martin Luther King Jr. Parade started at 11 this morning. Dr. Aaron Cox is this year's parade marshal. Cox is an educator, veteran, and community leader with more than 35 years of public service in law enforcement, education, and in the military. Well, we're going to wrap things up for this special report from WECT News. We'll have another news live stream for you in just a couple of hours at 6 p.m. And we'll be back on the air tonight for WECT News at 11. We'll see you then.